What's up, everyone? I hope you guys are doing great today. We had an amazing, productive day. I did some GLP-1 calls, lip fillers, living my best life. But also, I had mentees come from Vegas. So I am a business coach, and I do have a mentee from Vegas. She came down today, and so did her significant other. And honestly, like, whenever I'm in anybody's space and they talk about the things that they love to do, I always tell them, like, start a fucking business doing it. And there's so much fear around it. Like, if you are sitting on a business idea, you got to start looking at these ideas like gifts. Like, somebody up there cares about you and they put that shit in your head. So in the moments that you're praying, dear God, I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck anymore, and then here comes this business idea and you're just like, no thanks, that shit's scary, I need to go get a job. Or it's like, if you're good at something, go make money doing it. Like, it's a natural God-given talent. And if God gave it to you because you're producing amazing energy while you're doing this said business, why are you scared? Because that's the thing. If God gave you the talent, that's exactly what you're supposed to share to this world. You're supposed to share your talent, your gift, because that gift brings light. You're creating light when you're doing something you love, and when you're giving that service to other people, guess what? Now you're exchanging energy with other people of light. And then it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. If God gave you the talent, he's going to give you the clients, period. So if you're scared to start that business, whatever the business is, if you're money motivated and you're starting a business, likelihood of that failing is going to increase, because when the money don't come fast enough, you're going to quit. If you do a business around something you love, the likelihood of you committing to that is going to be easier, because every time you do it, you love it. You get me? Don't worry about your bank account. Worry about your karma bank. The karma bank gets full, your bank account's going to eventually get full too. But a lot of people, they get lost in the sauce where it's like, oh, that's easy money, I can do this, that's easy money. Easy isn't necessarily the best way to grow something or start something, because again, if you feel like the money is the motivation, it's hard for you to stay motivated when the money's not fucking coming. And then the likelihood of you wanting to learn more about the business, to learn more about growing your skill, is also going to diminish, because the initial motivation of wanting to do something that you love and a service to provide to other people because you love seeing people happy, that's what it's about. The karma bank. Fill up your karma bank. The other bank will fill up eventually. So that's my thing. If you guys are in a space of fear, right? You're scared to start any business, whatever business you want. We are literally in a digital space where you can fucking make money off your phone. Everybody that owns a business has a phone. Everybody that doesn't own a business has a phone. There's so much money in your phone right now. If you are already actively growing your business and you have a bunch of before and after pictures, that's money in your phone that you have not yet cashed in, because you don't want to post on social media, because you're too scared to post, because you fear what other people are going to say about you. Like, last time I checked, I could not pay my bills with other motherfucking people's opinions. So that, do you think I'm using other people's opinion to grow my bank, to grow my business? Absolutely not. Because the funny thing about people that talk shit about you, the only reason why they mind your business is because they don't have their own fucking business to mind. And the next thing is, when people tell you, like, you can't grow a brow business, it's because they don't think they can grow a brow business. You can't make 100K a month. No, sir. You can't make 100K a month. Don't project your insecurities on me, because I can make 100K a month. I can make 50K a month. I can make whatever the fuck I want. So when people put negativity in your space about your ideas, it's only because they don't think they could ever do that. So why would you stop a business that you want to do based on something that somebody else said because they think they can't? If God gave you the talent, he will give you the clients. All you have to do is follow your highest excitement. And it don't matter what it is. If it's food, if you love to cook, you got to go to school to be a chef? Absolutely not. All you got to do is love to cook. If you love to cook, and food is a great way. Like, for me, we didn't grow up with a lot of money. So food was always something that's how you show love, right? I'll cook for you. Can't take you to a fancy dinner, but I will cook for you. And food is something that we need to survive. So it's like, if you can find a way to make money creating food and watching people enjoy your meal, that's the karma bank. And it's especially if you like we're already in fast food, right? Even McDonald's, if you worked at McDonald's, that is a 6-figure skill set. It's a skill that you can turn into a 6-figure business. Being able to make hamburgers, if you could remove McDonald's from the equation, and you know that you love cooking and you got like this secret spice that just makes your burger super bomb, like start slinging plates. Burger, chips, soda, $15, right? Now you just remove McDonald's from the equation, because the problem is people think like, I'm gonna get paid $15 an hour from McDonald's. That's what they said my worth is. But actually, the skill that you acquired from working there could be a 6-figure skill. All you got to do is remove McDonald's from the equation. Because if you understand your value, you'll understand the value that you bring to McDonald's as somebody that makes hamburgers is not $15. That's just what they said you were worth. The value is when you're looking at that register on the busiest time of the day, how many meals did McDonald's sell? They make what, $1,000 on a busy day, on a busy rush hour lunch type situation. That's the value you brought, because you made all them fucking hamburgers. But they're paying you $15 an hour, and you're okay because society says that's what you're worth. The moment you can assign your worth, your value, that's when you are free. Because how are you going to know your worth as a person if you let somebody else tell you how much you're worth? You know, and I'm not saying that entrepreneurship is for everybody. Some people don't want to own a business, and that's absolutely fine. But if there is a business that you want to start, do it. You have one life to live. Like, make sure 80-year-old you is all good. Like, whenever I'm doing something brave, it's 80-year-old Jackie. I'm just making sure that she's not mad at me when we're old. Like, why didn't you do anything? You were so great at this. Why didn't you just try? I was scared. You know what I mean? That's not a good enough excuse. Being scared is not a good enough excuse. You have to build your own safety. A lot of people are scared to make moves because of a mistake that they made in the past that they have yet to forgive themselves about. You know, I've started 2 businesses before I started my brow business, and I failed at both of them. But again, they were money motivated, and I didn't really like it. I didn't like the passion. The passion lacked, right? So if I did not forgive myself for those mistakes that I made in the first 2 businesses I started, I would have never got to my brow business. And then I would have never started a business coaching business. And then I wouldn't have started my med spa. All because I said, fuck the fear. I trust myself. I am safe. I got us. I'm going to make better decisions this time with my investment. I'm going to do something that I love. And I fucking ran it. I ran it. I was scared. I'm still scared. There's a lot of scary things, but normalize being scary. Normalize that it is scary. Because when you do that, you allow yourself grace. So whenever I'm feeling some type of way, I always start the sentence with, of course. Of course I'm scared. I've never owned a med spa before. Of course I'm tired. I'm a mom and I own multiple businesses. Instead of just complaining and saying, I'm tired. Your energy's all, I'm tired. I'm sad. I'm this. I'm that. Start it with, of course. Of course this is scary. I've never owned a business before. Of course social media is scary. I don't know how to do it, but I can learn. Of course I'm exhausted. I own multiple businesses. Yes, I'm exhausted. When you start sentences with of course, it gives you grace. It gives you the opportunity to love on yourself, to be patient with yourself. And unfortunately, if you grew up in a home where people didn't teach you how to be patient with yourself, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard teaching yourself as an adult to be kind to yourself, to be patient with yourself. But I promise you, The success of your business is tentative to how kind you are to yourself. If you don't have a six-figure business, it's because you don't believe you deserve one. And even if you're like half in, half out, you can't trick energy. You can sit here and go on a live and say that you are, you believe in yourself, you're abundant, but if in your core, your frequency and your energy is still on shame, guilt, fear, you can't trick it. You really can't. You can say whatever you want, but that's what they say. Mean what you say and say what you mean, because then you can't trick energy. So if you are out there and you are trying to start a business, and trust me, guys, it takes a lot of healing to get to this place. And even though I'm like in my healing journey, right, I still get into the spaces where I'm operating off of fear, but I'm more intentional and I'm more self-aware that, okay, this is whenever it's like the fear of like money, right? Oh, I gotta work because I don't want to be poor again. I never want to be poor. I don't want my kids to ever feel that poor, you know, the poverty. And who is at the forefront when those fears come in? It's 8-year-old Jackie. It is not 40-year-old Jackie that got enough savings. It's not me, my 40-year-old self. It's 8-year-old Jackie that needs reassurance, that needs that comfort. It's that inner child that's like, hey, you don't have to be scared, Jackie. All you have to do, like, I got us now. Trust us. Like, we have enough clean towels. We have enough clean blankets. You have enough socks. Like, there's so many things that we do as adults that we don't realize why we do it. Like, my addiction to towels and blankets is because I grew up with not enough towels, not enough clean towels, or not enough clean blankets. Like, that's literally why I have this addiction to, and I had to stop myself. Like, 8-year-old Jackie, that's enough fucking blankets. That's enough fucking towels. That's enough fucking socks. My kids have enough. They only got 2 fucking feet. Why the fuck do my kids have so many socks? It's because 8-year-old Jackie keeps buying socks. So if we can understand all the versions of us and why we operate in the way that we do, we're able to be more intentional. Right? We're able to be more intentional about the things that we do. And also, it gives us a space for normalcy. You are going to feel more normal. Like, instead of feeling like, man, I'm weird. Like, why do I keep buying blankets? Actually, Jackie, you're not weird. You grew up in a house that didn't have clean blankets and towels all the time. So now as an adult, you ensure that that makes 8-year-old Jackie feel safe. The things that we did not feel safe at, during a kid, I promise you, adult you is handling business about it. But sometimes people do it in a way where it's not safe for them in their adulthood. So that's why being intentional, understanding yourself, going within, healing. Your business is going to be a vessel for healing. If you want to know who you truly are, let your business show you. Because before I started my business, I was doing toxic shit, gossiping on the phone, working my 9 to 5, gossiping, looking at bags. Oh, it's Mother's Day. I'm going to buy a Louis Vuitton bag. You know what I mean? Like, fucking materialistic shit. Like, I was toxic. And then I lacked boundaries. But guess what? Your business is going to show you everything that you need to fix, because it is going to play out in your business differently. If you lack boundaries and you let people walk all over you, guess what? You lack a lot of policies. You ain't going to enforce those policies. If you have a low self-esteem and you have a hard time establishing your worth to people in your personal life, guess what? You are going to have a hard time asking for a deposit. You're going to have a hard time getting a price that is your worth. But once you start investing in your business, once you start investing in your knowledge, you're going to be like, you know what? I know a lot of shit. I'm charging $650 for brows because I've taken fucking 6 classes. I'm good at what I do. So it's giving you confidence, right? To charge your worth. If you don't get a deposit because you're too scared to ask for a deposit because you don't know your worth, oh, I don't want them not to book with me because I got a deposit. Guess what? When people don't show up because you didn't ask for a deposit, I bet you anything you're going to start asking for a deposit. Now you're feeling a little more confident. Like, you know what? I'm not going to not ask for a deposit, right? Another thing is, like, if you grew up in an environment where you were constantly compared to other people, right? I grew up with a mom that compared me to everybody and their fucking mama, my cousins, whoever. What that looked like for me in my business was I started comparing myself to other people's work. They're over there in chapter 25. I'm only in chapter 2, but I'm like, oh, I don't want to post my work because it don't look like so-and-so. The reason why we get to doing that, we start comparing ourselves to other people, is because it hurts a little less when you do it to you before other people. Because if you hear other people like, oh, Jackie, that girl's work is way better than yours, but you already did it, girl, you can't hurt me. I already did that to myself. So it's like a defense mechanism of like, I'm going to do it first before you can hurt me. Because now I already knew you can't hurt me. But how is that going to be beneficial for you to grow a business? Comparing yourself to other people. Stay in your lane. The whole reason why you create a business is so you can stay in your lane. But every time you look at other people's work, you compare it to yourself, you want to be there, use it as inspiration. Don't use it as a means to hurt yourself. You don't have, you're safe now. No one is going to compare you. And even if they do, who gives a fuck? Like, you can always tell how happy a person is by the way they treat other people. Happy people don't go around degrading other people. They don't belittle other people's hard work. They just don't do shit like that. You know what I mean? They don't do shit like that. So it's like, you acting like an asshole tells more about you than it does me. You just sound unhappy as fuck. I'm over here just minding my business and doing my best, and it's like, you're mad for what? You know? So don't let fear of rejection. If you're scared to get told no, it's going to be hard for you to put yourself out there. But your business is going to call on you to be your bravest self. It's going to ask you to heal your fear of rejection. Now, when I get told no, I'm like, cool. God said you weren't for me. Next. Let's go find more leads. Next. It's going to heal. It's going to ask you to heal. This is why healing and hustling, healing and hustling, healing and hustling. You got to take every opportunity. Whenever anybody in your business triggers you, it's a call to heal. I think a lot of people think that being triggered is a bad thing, when you need to look at it like it's a good thing. That means your body works. That means your mind works. That means your soul works. If you are being triggered by something, that is your body telling you, hi, pay attention to this experience. This is an opportunity for you to heal. Something about this feels very familiar, and call on your bravest self to find out why this is so triggering. Like a lot of people, when they get ghosted, they feel, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not even worthy of a response. You take it all the way there when it's like, cool, maybe it just wasn't for you. It ain't a no until it's a no. And it's gonna be a hard no. Be okay being uncomfortable. When you can live in that space of being uncomfortable, being adaptable, that's when you find the most growth. Nobody grows in the comfort zone. They just don't, because they're comfortable. That's why in the growth of your healing, in the growth of your hustling, you will find moments of peace where you're like, cool, everything looks great, everything's going great, and then boom, shit gets hot again. Shit gets fucking hard again. Why? Because God is asking you to move your body, move your energy, move your money. Everything needs movement. If it's stagnancy, nothing good happens in stagnancy. So keep moving, keep progressing and evolving. And the decisions that you make in the now are decisions that you felt were right for you in the now. If next year you feel like, I think I'm gonna do this, don't worry about the decision you made last year, even if it's completely the opposite, because you made that choice for you back then, right? So don't get in the space of doubting yourself. There's so much power in our words, so much. And the number one thing me and my mentee were talking about was, a lot of people be like, I don't have any clients. It's hard for me to get clients. They say it every day. Do you think at the end of 30 days you're going to get clients if you keep saying that in your space every day? One thing for me, I'm never going to end my sentences on a problem. If I'm going to say I didn't get clients today, I'm going to end it on something positive. Because if you're like, I can't get clients, boom, that's it. You spit out the problem, and now your energy is low. But if you're like, I can't get clients, I'm going to go run an ad on Instagram. Now the problem that you are speaking ends with a solution. Now your energy is up. I can't get no clients, but I'm going to go make a fucking flyer on Canva. Boom. Now your energy is up. I am sad about my business, but I'm going to learn more about business. I'm going to learn more about growth. I'm going to work on my self-development. Now your energy is up. Stop putting sadness into your space. There's so much power in our words, right? There's even more power in your words with repetition. You repeat something over and over and over, even if you think it over and over and over. And you know, my crazy ass used to have like an opposite day. I was so like, my life was, there was a lot of disappointment in my life that I created this belief that it was like opposite day. If I don't think the day is going to be great, and if it ends up great, it's going to be great, right? Because I was so tired of being disappointed that I lived in disappointment so that if something great happened, it was an added bonus to my life. Because you're so scared of being disappointed. A lot of people navigate their life not wanting to be disappointed because they were disappointed so much as kids. Think about that. Like, you know, and disappointment looks different for everybody. People that don't come through, people that don't follow through on their word, like people letting you down. So then you become this hyper independent person that don't know how to fucking ask for help. Like, there's so many things that we need to heal from, and there's so many things that we should be patient with ourselves about. So many. And you deserve that. If you didn't grow up in a space where patience and learning was a thing, do it for yourself now. Do it for yourself now. Our parents are not coming. They're not. If they didn't do it back then, they were doing the best that they could. They probably got trauma that they need to heal from. Nobody want to go to therapy because everybody make you feel bad. They make you feel like you're crazy if you need to go to therapy. Listen, this literal system that we live in, if you can't see the patterns, these systems were created to keep people broke and broken. Broke and broken. And I truly believe that. They don't care who you are. They want you to be broke and broken, because let you heal and hustle. Now you're believing in yourself. Now you have the ability to do something you love. You're healing. You're going to therapy. You're being intentional. You like what you do. You like the people that you're doing it for. Everybody that comes into your space feels better about themselves. Look at all the light that you're creating. Do people benefit more? Do the powers that be benefit more if everybody didn't like themselves? Absolutely. Absolutely. But if everybody loved themselves and loved what they did and showed up every day, and then now they're interacting with people and they're spreading light and love, how is that profitable for people, right? Or so they think. But it's like, it's got to start with you. Break the curses. If therapy was never a thing in your family, be the first. See. As we get older, guys, you can't call your cousins no more and like trauma dump on them because everybody got kids. Oh, I don't want to bother them. It was so easy for me to call my cousins in my 20s and just like talk about shit like that. Now we all got kids. Now we all doing stuff. Like, it's hard. You need somebody to talk to. You know, do not. For me, therapy is always going to be a vibe. It's always going to be something on the menu. Because for me, I need that. I need that clarity. I need that moment to myself. I need to trauma dump. And the best people to trauma dump on are the people that are able to give you advice and exercises on how to manage your triggers. Okay? All right, guys. I gotta go get some stuff. You guys have an amazing day. I hope that helped. I will leave this so you guys can watch the replay. That was just my little tangent about fear. Stop. Just stop. And if you're waiting for the fear to go away to start your business, I'm sorry, you're going to be waiting for a while. Fear never goes away. It really just doesn't. You just learn how to use it for something else. Don't use fear to make decisions. Use fear as a way to slow down, assess the situation, and make sound, intentional decisions. Fear should never be something that stops you from doing something. Fear is a way to caution, slow it down, assess so you're not acting impulsively, and you can make intentional moves. It's all about being intentional. Because if you're not intentional, you can't track your success. You don't even know how to. When you're not intentional about your moves in your personal life and in your business, it's hard for you to mimic it. Like, let's say, oh, I did this business idea, I'm gonna run it. Okay, I'm looking at the metrics, it worked out. I get to redo that because it worked out the way I wanted. Let's say you do it and it didn't work out. Now you don't have to make the same mistake again. Like, think about running an ad. If you run an ad and you're mad intentional about the caption, about the copyright, about what you're saying in the ad, you're triggering all the sales psychology points, and you're like, okay, this converted well. I got fucking 20 leads today because of this post. If you didn't know anything that you did and you're just like, this looks good, it's going to be hard for you to replicate it. You have to have a blueprint. You have to be intentional so that you can follow the map. And then it's a form of protection. If you didn't like the results, guess what? You never have to do it again. You're like, that did not work. That was not great. Be intentional about everything you do. Healing and hustling. Bye, guys.